Howdy. Welcome back to Dion Talk. A lot of us focus on reaching financial independence and developing a path that we have reasonable... This will be edited.
Not today.
A reasonable sense of security that within a certain amount of time, 5 or 10 years, we can make work optional. But are any of us focusing on, once we're financially free and we retire early, what could make us go back to work? And if we figure out what could make us go back to work, we could put a plan in place to stop that. So I have my two friends here with me today, Matt, the lumberjack landlord, and Michael Zuber from One Rental at a Time. All three of us have reached financial freedom and made work optional. Two of us have retired. One of us will be doing that soon. So I want to hear from your guys' perspective. And we'll start with you, Matt, because since you're going to be retiring soon, you can actually start putting things in place to stop this now.
Yes.
After you've retired and made work optional, what do you think could change in your life that would make you go back to work? And I'll give you the three main topics that come up the most in questions. What if you're too bored? What if you feel like you have no purpose? Or money?
It definitely won't be purpose. It definitely won't be boredom. It would probably be money. And so that was one of the things I recognized about myself in retirement, was that I had to know that I have more than enough so I can do whatever I want, truly whatever I want. When Mike did that exercise about a year ago, I think my nut needed to be about 40 grand a month.
Yeah, it was big. It was the biggest one I've ever seen. Yes.
Right. And that was because I said, you know what, Mike, I feel like I might want to go do this every month, or I want to do that every month.
That's the point of the exercise.
Right. And so for me, I want to live large. I don't know that I'm going to be able to. I'm a broken like Dion. I don't really spend money. Like, I was joking around it with another friend of mine who owns a business. And I said to her, she says, so, I just bought this machine, and that was like 30 grand or 40 grand or whatever. And I said, man, that's crazy. I said, but I get it. Like, we're rolling into the business and making the business bigger and making it make more money. And she was really funny. She goes, yeah, I shopped for about 3 months and I finally found a couch that I liked under $1,200.
That's awesome.
I was like, you're broken just like me. And so we just keep on rolling the money. But yeah, I think it would probably be a money thing, because it won't be boredom. It definitely won't be boredom, because I'm kind of like you. I don't think I've ever really been bored. Like, I just go do something.
Yeah. No.
Yep. Just go do something. And I don't think it's definitely not going to be purpose, because I've got 3 young kids and a wife that I love spending time with. So that's purpose enough for me. So it would only ever be money. And that's why the thing that I struggle with the most, the thing that and as big as a portfolio and as profitable as it is, and as much as I know about it, and as many commas as I have in my bank account, that's still probably the thing that I think about the most, is that one.
But investing to where you have a multiplier of the cash flow that you want makes it less likely that would happen.
Yes. Yep.
Right. So if it was boredom was the fear, these are all the things you're retiring to. If it was lack of purpose was the fear, here's the thing I'm going to replace my purpose with.
Yeah. We've literally built the process of, the lights go out tomorrow. These are all the things we put, we've done the fire red alert, retire or leave, or it doesn't go like I planned to, where it's not like a long process. And they just go, no, I think we're good today. And I'll be like, okay, I have 4 phone calls to make. That's it. And we do those 4 phone calls. That's kind of what it is.
Nice. That's pretty much what happened to me. I went to the owners and said, hey, I'm going to retire. And they said, can we have 6 months? And I said, sure. But as soon as you realize you're paying my wage and I'm not doing anything, you'll want to let me go. And that was my last day. Mike, what do you think is something, because you've been retired now 4 years.
Almost 5.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think could happen that would make you go back to having a W-2?
So I'm going to answer this because I've been thinking about this since you asked, and there's really 2 different answers, and it's time frame. So if you would have asked me this question within the first 12 months of retirement, it would have been an easy answer, right? Something I did during my career is I took 3 software products from whiteboard zeros to $100 million. That is fun. That is hard to do. That is very rewarding. If in the first years of being retired, somebody I knew on my network, probably in the top 100 contacts, had reached out to me and said, hey, I want you to be employee 12. at this whiz bang super secret, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get 3 points of the company, and we're going to do it again. That might have been exciting enough to do again, because one rental at a time hasn't become what it has become. It's now a community of 40,000 people. It's got 2,000 plus students. Every time, we're helping. I'm like, I don't know, whatever it is, 25,000 views on YouTube a day, 10,000 listens on a podcast, books and this and that. There's just so much I can do here. There isn't a software company that I would go work for today, regardless, right? I had OTE packages of 600, 700, 800 thrown at me the first couple of years, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm here now. I think there's enough here. So when you talk about purpose, I think my intentions are clear. One rental at a time is it, right? The hub. I'm now trying to get people on the property ladder and become the most impactful YouTube series ever, right? By doing that. Board. I don't know what that means, right? I do content 7 days a week. I talk to friends every day. I'm helping people every day. I'm not there. And money's a scoreboard for some people. For me, I'm sitting on the side of I think, financial freedom and education has vistas, I guess they call them. Some people look at the vista and keep going higher. I found the one at least I'm currently comfortable in. Will I always be comfortable here? No idea. I reserve the option to go higher later if I so choose. But there is nothing that could make, if you really wanted to create something, if somebody threatened Olivia's life or Teresa's life or, something really whiz bang crazy like that, but it's not going to be because of purpose. One rental at a time. Somebody offered me the best software opportunity to take something for 0 to 100 million, or I keep coming and talking to you every day. I'm coming here. Think about it, guys. We touch 20,000 plus people every day, preaching work, daily discipline.
Yeah.
That we're changing generations. It may not feel like it, but I've had messages from people almost every day. You have not only helped me, but you've helped my family's generations. Do I need to make some other freaking tech engineer, a millionaire? No, I've done that already. I don't need to do that again. I've done it 3 times. Yeah, it's a recipe at this point.
No, I like that you said that there's a chronology to it. And, I think you've talked a few times about the initial months right after you retired. You kind of ran into some roadblocks you weren't expecting. So retiring to something and developing the one rental at a time community was the solution.
Absolutely. No, without question. If we didn't have this, I would be working somewhere else today. There's no question.
For me, I've been investing for 12 years for time freedom, and I've never been bored in my life. There is no limit to what I can entertain myself with. Matt has the, watching documentaries and educating himself, and I do a rotation. I have some financial things I watch and listen to, some real estate things I watch and listen to, and then some fantasy things that have nothing to do with learning or educating myself that I've blocked that time to just entertain myself with. I will never be bored in my life. I never found purpose in work. I thought if I had to be paid to be somewhere, that's not my purpose. I like helping people. I found a job where I got to help people, founded a nonprofit where I got to help people, and now we get to help people here. There is one set of circumstances that could return me to work, and I've told Matt about it, and I'm going to share it with everybody now, just in case it happens, so they don't think I'm a hypocrite that I went back to work because financial freedom wasn't amazing. When I left the company I was working at, I really liked the owners. We were kind of, in my mind, partners for a decade, and all my coworkers were friends and family. For 3 years, I trained the guy that replaced me, and technically 2.5 people replaced me. We did an office kind of replacement on operations, and then a new vice president who became president. 3 years to replace me, so I could travel and add campuses. That's what they've lost, is I'm not adding campuses. I told the owners, if that person quits because they can't handle the stress of being in the position I was in, that I would come back for a year or two and train someone else to do it. So my friendship with friends and family and coworkers would put me back in the workplace because I wouldn't want to leave them in the lurch because they gave me such a great opportunity. But it isn't boredom, purpose, finances. I waited until I had, 3 to 4 times what it takes me to live. that's still compounding. And this, I might take this out of the video.
But not today.
Because I don't want to brag. I want to explain what financial freedom is like. This is weird to me. I was working for the last decade and it felt normal to go, okay, so all my work money is saved. All my side hustle money is saved. A lot of my rent is saved. This is what it takes me to live on. So it was growing exponentially. Well, now I just have a little bit of side hustle and the rent money. And September was my first litmus test month where I had no income coming in from W-2 at all, just rental and side hustle money. And I was only able, after taking a cruise, renting Sea-Doos, doing everything I wanted to do in this month, I was only able to save $11,000 added to the savings rate for the next investment. So those are just weird numbers to me. Like I used to not make that much, not half that much in a month. And now that's what I'm saving. So it isn't going to be money because we've all planned for a housing crash. We've all planned for rents to decrease up to 50% and not be impacted by it. So if you're working on financial freedom, figure out what is the biggest concern for you and then develop a plan to not let it happen. If people want to reach out, Mike, how can they find you?
One rental at a time, YouTube channel, and I go live 8 a.m. on Saturdays for 60 minutes of Q&A.
And then you have your deep dives after that.
Oh, I do have a deep dive, yes, for my students. Yeah, this week, 9:15 will be out of state investing with Millennial Mike and Brian Adamson.
Looking forward to that. And if you are not a student and you can't watch it on Saturday, Mike releases it on Sunday,
9 a.m. Pacific.
And Matt, if they want to reach out to you and ask questions, how can they find you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube and Instagram, and my live stream 11:30 a.m. Eastern time on Sundays.
Awesome. Thank you both. Until my next video, thanks for coming to my Dion Talk.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
And perfect timing for whatever dinosaur is killing a tow truck outside my house. Not sure what that is.